Dig it, dig it, dig it. I send my greetings to each and every one of you. Please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get all the latest information as I post it. And this is part 2 of They Have Taken Over. Let's go ahead and count it down.
No, they're not my parents. They're trying to trick you.
Hey.
The worms are in their brains.
Part 1 introduced you to this parasite that allegedly come from the Vril host and enters the human body by way of the retina traveling down the optic nerve and takes over the brain and body of its host. In this part, I want to show you the movies and stuff that parallel this information and kind of is a keynote to let you know that Hollywood knows what's going on. Let's do our first take. Check this out.
How are we supposed to fight the others if we don't even know what they are?
Actually, we do. You want to see one? Look. That's its true form. The others infest real humans, like some sort of parasite. Take over their minds, their bodies. Drugs, radiation, surgery, nothing works. The only way to kill them is to kill the host. Push the button.
If you're gonna be on my squad, I need to know that you will do whatever it takes to... Welcome to the fight.
This is one hell of a fight we're in, too. I hope you're on the right side of the fight. Now, check this out. This next scene is showing the actual, is actually showing the reptilian host. But, of course, Hollywood showing it as two men, but it's the reptilian host ejecting the quail from his proboscis into the human host. And on this scene, it's showing it going through the mouth, but it actually goes through the eye. And I'm gonna use the Matrix movie to help penetrate the truth to you. Check it out. It actually aims for the eye. That's why in this scene you'll see it's pointing towards the eye. But in the next scene, they'll show it's going toward the stomach. But the producers leave a clue showing you that it actually goes into the eye, not the navel of the person. And here's the clue. See that indent on the left side of his navel? Why is that there? It's there for a reason, and I'm going to show you why. Because it's representing the two sockets of the eye.
What is that thing?
I think you're bugged. You're gonna lose it. No, I'm not. Clear.
Jesus Christ, that thing's real!
These lizards have a unique biological property of their bodies.
The lizards have what's called a proboscis.
It's an ejectable brain and spinal column.
The small ones they use to drone people, because the proboscis on young lizard type 1s, they're small enough to go into an eye and not ruin the eye, because they're supposed to do this to animals with bigger eyeballs, probably friggin' dinosaurs.
They parasite a human's brain. This top cap thing on the top of their head comes out. They can do this once in their life. It pulls their spinal column along with it. The human would have to be restrained or unconscious.
The thing squiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch. It then starts what they call sweating the quill. The spinal cord stuff comes out of the spinal cord, and it's everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead, and it can't go back in. It's one way.
The juice that's in the spinal cord gets excreted out of the tip of this thing. They're parasitic cells. The parasitic cells go into the brain.
The old person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated, and the lizard is smarter as a human. Over time, it'll develop a rash, it'll lose its hair.
And they're actually deficient. They're dumber than the original person.
And they mimic human behavior, and it knows that its life is dependent on it mimicking human behavior, so it does really well. Even with other animals, it's smart enough to instinctually mimic the animal's behavior. The drones of 100 years ago erased any existence of these real lizards from Egyptian carvings on walls. They would smash them, or books that had anything in them about them, they would burn them.
To all of you that are historically savvy, who in the annals of history destroyed all the Egyptian libraries and stuff like that? Do you remember the Knights Templars and the Catholics and all that? Yes, sir.
So you think it's amphibian?
Well, water resuscitated it.
Yeah, but couldn't this kill it? You don't want to drown it.
One way to find out.
Pay close attention to how this uncannily looks exactly like the one that was on The Matrix.
It's all right. It's okay.
Mr. Furlong, what are you doing?
Oh, I feel it. Replicate. Jesus. God damn it!
Now listen close to Dave Chappelle as he evasively admits that something did happen to him. I mean, that the rumors that everybody says about him. Check it.
Wanna know what happened to me?
Many, including his family, have noticed a difference in Dave Chappelle since he signed his Netflix deal paying him $20 million per special. Besides that information, many have pointed out his sudden change in appearance. He was skinny for 40 years of his life, then he bulks up suddenly. His first cousin says she never heard from him again after his meeting with the executives regarding his specials. Some have even said he was cloned and his consciousness was replaced with that of a real lizard. Let's take a look at his newest special and see. Here he is openly showing you his eyes. Why is he openly showing you his eyes? For those that know, I mean, once the real lizard enters the left eye, one eye is bigger than the other after it heals up. Now look at his eye. And of course this footage has to be mirrored because after they film, it looks left becomes right and right becomes left. So when you're looking at the first images of this footage, you have to mirror it to see his left eye still has something in it. So what does this Dave Chappelle say happened to him? Let's take a listen.
Wanna know what happened to me? I'll tell you what happened, but I can't say it directly. There's a book to me that encapsulates my entire experience. And the book is called Pimp. It's written by a guy named Iceberg Slim. That's a cold game. That's the motherfucking Campbell's Manifesto. And that's why I went to South Africa. So now we got us a little secret, bitch.
The game in Hollywood will do the same thing to people every day that is done by the pimp to his prostitute. Think about it. He is trying to tell us something.
conspiracy.
At the end of his special, Dave says he will be going away for a long while. Odd, kind of like Martin Lawrence did, right? Some say this is proof the new Dave Chappelle is a duplicate clone with a different consciousness, plus the eye scar to prove it. They got Gucci Man too. Welcome to the takeover. Hit the like button, subscribe. See you on the next video.